Hello you guys, long time no see. I am doing another video for you guys. I didn't really know what to film for this week, so I decided to do a kind of get ready with me for a sleepover. I'm going to be showing you guys what I pack. I'm going to do like a light makeup because, you know, when it comes to sleepovers, you end up sleeping super late and the last thing you want to do is take off your makeup. So I'm going to do like a light makeup and kind of show you guys everything that I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be answering a few questions that you guys asked me so we can kind of get the sleepover girl talk type of vibe. Let's see what you guys said on Instagram. I'm going to be going through and see what we should talk about. I don't mind this little pimple patch right there. I have a little friend there and I didn't really feel like dealing with her, so we're just gonna pimple patch it for now. These videos are kind of hard for me because I don't like oversharing, and sometimes I feel like that when I answer questions, like personal questions. I really want you guys to get to know me, and obviously to do that I have to like answer questions that you guys might have, because as of right now everything is just assumptions because I really like do not share anything in my life. And I feel like I'm open to share things. I just don't want to share something that people to bring up later on and be like, oh yeah, well, Celie said this and this and this. So I don't want that, you know. I hate people being able to have an opinion on my life. For them to not have opinion in my life, I just try to not share as much, where I can post as much as I want without anyone knowing anything about my life. Sometimes hard because since I don't really share much, I feel my audience or you guys, you kind of just don't know anything about me to be able to relate, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's hard to kind of build that connection, which I'm really trying to do, especially with YouTube. That's what I really want, just to really build a connection with my audience and you guys and the people that follow me and that type of thing. And I feel like it's hard when I don't share things where you guys could talk and relate to with me. So that's it's like a pros and cons type of thing. Trying to just find that medium where I could share with you guys and kind of build that connection together. So that's what I'm doing. Also, I'm really out of breath in my room tour because I filmed a room tour, and in my room tour I was so out of breath. I think it's honestly because I do not speak. Like 24 hours out of the day I might speak like 2 hours out of the 24 hours in the day. It's really bad. So like my body's not used to all of this vocal work that's going on. Anyways, and it's silly because sometimes it's hard for me to communicate through a camera and kind of share my thoughts. If you guys know me, you know that I want to be a psychologist in the future, so I analyze everything. I analyze people to like a T, and I can always say a lot, but when it comes to me knowing that someone that I don't know is listening, I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know who they are, how they are. It's hard for me because when it's like one person, I can give them super good advice. I can talk so much and get a good conversation. And it's super hard for me to do that through the camera, and I've always had that. It's always been hard for me, so it might come with practice. So I was getting a lot of questions about like modeling, what inspired me to start modeling, how I started, and that type of thing. So in my case, I never really wanted to be a model. I always hear that and it's funny because I always hear that when creators or influencers are like, oh, I've always wanted to be one, or a model, like, oh, I've always wanted to be one. It's honestly the opposite for me. I never wanted to be a model. Like that never kind of came across in my head because I had a following before I started modeling. I feel that the opportunities kind of presented itself. So I had a friend and she was interested in this agency, and she told me to join with her, so I did. And from there I started gaining connections, kind of figuring myself out and seeing what type of model I wanted to be. It was a lot of trial and errors, but kind of figured out like how the modeling world kind of works. And although I'm not in an agency no more, I do freelance. I've been just trying to take advantage of what I have, and obviously it's not easy for everyone, and because of that I don't want to like throw away the opportunity. It's not like I love all the parts of modeling. There's a lot of parts that I don't like, so I've just been trying to find the parts that I do like and what I feel could apply to me and what is closest to my personality, my values, and that type of stuff. With that, I just figured out what type of modeling I wanted to do, and from there I just been getting connections, gigs, and different types of things. First started in pageantry, and I later on figured out that I didn't really like it, and that was fine. If you guys are interested in modeling, I definitely recommend investigating, kind of seeing all the types of work and models you can be, what other type of modeling things you could do. And for me, I started off in pageantry, like I said, and I later realized that that wasn't something I really liked. Although I wasn't necessarily bad at it, I felt like I was pretty good at it. That sounded bad, but I felt like I was good at it and it worked for me. But I just started figuring out that I didn't really love it, and pageantry is very pricey. If you want to start, you have to be super passionate about it, because if not, then it's kind of just honestly going to be a waste of money. So I feel like you're just going to have to really love it, and it is a really beautiful like process, and it's really exciting. But if you don't really love it, I feel like it's not worth it in the long run. Like if you were to do e-commerce, do that, or if you were to do a runway or all that type of stuff, I felt like for me different pathways were more beneficial. So that's why I decided not to do it, because it just didn't satisfy me to the point where I felt like I wanted to continue it, and that's why I stopped. And then for me right now, I really enjoy photo shoots, like the digital image of a brand. That's what I really want to do, and that's what I'm thriving for and working for at the moment. When a person thinks of a model like in runway and that type of thing, everyone thinks of someone that's tall, like a really like distinguished look and that type of thing. And obviously I'm not exactly that, and I'm realistic with myself, but if I have that opportunity and I'm given that opportunity, obviously I'm not going to throw it away. So I still do things like that, but realistically I know that I can do something in e-commerce or in modeling, like photo shoots and that type of thing. I feel like I'm very self-aware and realistic with myself, so if I see that I can do it, I'm going to do it. But if I see that it's not going to work out in the long run, I'm obviously not going to do it. You know what I mean? In the modeling world, you have to be very realistic, but obviously not try to do whatever it is, because honestly, there's work in the modeling world for everyone. Everyone can find something in the modeling field that is going to work for them. It doesn't always have to just be the skinny tall girls, you know? So I definitely think you should just investigate in that type of thing and find whatever is in your area and start from there. A lot of trial and error, but obviously if it is your dream, you can do something. You can start, and eventually you can get somewhere where you're satisfied and you're happy and content with. So I definitely think that is what would work and what worked for me. Natalie said, love your lifestyle and content you put out. What motivates you the most? So like I said, it was a bit hard for me at first, because for me it wasn't like I wanted to be in this type of world. It honestly scared me a lot when I started, and hence why I wouldn't post a lot, and why I would shy away from like continuously posting and that type of thing. And it was honestly not motivating at all because I was really scared. I started social media, or I started getting like recognized when I was like 14, so I was really young. And it's not like I was trying very hard on being a content creator or influencer or that type of thing. I was just posting like normally like everyone else, and I just started getting noticed, and I'm very thankful for that. So it just really scared me when I was younger, and later on I started realizing that if I wasn't meant to be doing this, opportunity or whatever you want to call it would have not presented itself, and it would have not made its way into my life. So after that, that's kind of what motivated me to keep going, because this type of thing doesn't work for everyone, and for it to work for me is very fortunate and honestly a kind of a blessing, and I didn't want to throw that away. So what motivates me is that, and as of right now, I'm super motivated in doing YouTube, hence why I've actually been very active in all of this posting on YouTube and stuff, because I found that I do enjoy it a lot more than posting on any other social media platform. So that's why I've been motivated and loving this type of thing. I need a lot more work because it's really hard for me to think and be like, oh, I should record this, or this would be good to record, or like to do that type of thing. But I do really love the digital part of it. I really love editing. I love everything that has to do with creative work, and I love doing anything like that. If you guys know me, I do want to start a clothing brand, so everything that has to do with creativity I love. So after filming a video, going and editing it, that's what motivates me, being able to look throughout the whole video and be like, ooh, like I can add this, or I could do this with the video. So that definitely motivates me. As an advice, I'd say just find your niche and like in the future, oh, I want myself to look like this, or like I want my brand, like you as your brand, you want that to be in the future. So I feel like that's what motivates me. And yeah, it's pretty hard to kind of give advice on that because it did not come easy to me at all. I feel like I'm just doing my normal routine because after talking so much, I just kind of get carried away. But I didn't do foundation. I just covered up a few blemishes, and I did a full under eye, as you can see. I hope that doesn't look crazy, but as long as I didn't go crazy on my base, I think I'm fine. Friendship advice, dealing with toxic friends, really struggling with this. And Sarah asked that. Sarah, this is really also complicated for me because I never had much friends. Well, I guess like when I was younger, I had more of a bigger group of friends, but I've always just had that one best friend, and that's just always how I've been. I recently had this conversation with a friend of mine, and I told her how I've never been very boy crazy, but more so like best friend crazy. Because you know those friends that are like jealous if you hang out with other friends or that type of thing. I've never been that type of crazy. I'm saying like in I always want to be with you, and I like once I find that connection and trust in a girl, in a friend, I kind of don't rely on them. Well, I used to rely on them a lot, but after trial and error, I realized that I shouldn't do that. When I was younger, I always would analyze everyone in my elementary and be like in my head, I would do like a list, and I would be like, how would it be if I was like their friend forever? Like, that's super weird for me to say, and it sounds kind of crazy, but that's how I was. And honestly, hard for me to give advice because I don't go through a lot of friends. I've had maybe a good 4 long-term friends, and I'd say I'm not friends with any of them anymore. But after time, I kind of would think about it and be like, well, they were in that part of my life for a reason. And if they're not in my life anymore, is because the person I am right now shouldn't be friends with the person that they were. if that makes sense. So never had a toxic friend. I feel I've had friend problems, but not toxic friends. I feel like I would never let myself have a toxic friend, because I would be like, maybe that's not the friend that little girl Celise would have on her list. So I definitely just think about what the person you want to become, and it's so true the saying that who you surround yourself with is who you are. So kind of just think about that. To Sarah, please put in my poll again and ask specifically what's this toxic friend advice you need, because I'll definitely help you further, but as of right now, that's all I can say. When I do a full face, I don't really like putting a lot of blush, but when it comes with like lighter makeup, although it kind of looks like I have a full face, but I honestly just put, like you guys saw, concealer on like my blemishes, scars, pimples, that type of thing, and then concealer. I feel like the bright under eye definitely makes it look a bit more. I'm pretty sure my friends are gonna have like full faces of makeup because they're gonna be coming back from somewhere, so I'm not too worried. It's just honestly being lazy to take it off later on. Favorite thing about makeup is highlighter. I love highlighter. This is gonna have to do for now. I'm gonna show you guys what I pack in my sleepover bag, and I'm gonna record a little bit of my sleepover as well, so you guys can kind of experience it with me. And yeah, I'll come back when I'm packing. Okay guys, now it's time to pack. I just put in this little duffel my pajamas. I just put that in little what would you call them, pajama pants I guess, and a little tank from Garage. And if I get cold, I'll probably just wear this little sweater that I have. And then I'm packing a little bit of makeup because you never know. Concealers, my Say Sun Melt, and this little press powder, all in this little baggie. I'm also bringing body wash. I also packing a little fan for when, because I don't dry my face with a towel, so I always let it air dry. A little hair oil, this little, why do I always say little? It's an eye balm. I really like it because when I do sleepovers and stuff, this really brightens up your eyes like instantly, and it's skincare, so I don't look dead when I'm with my friends. So and then I'm bringing my Kiehl's facial cream and a little scrunchie, and that's all that I'm putting in this little baggie. I'm gonna have y'all pack with me. Wait, I should have just said everything on right here, huh? Dog is asking to come back inside. Mama, let me in. Oh, and I also brought, I'm also bringing a little coconut oil. I take off my makeup, because fun fact, I don't take off my makeup with anything other than my cleanser, but it is hard to take off my concealer around my eyes since I have these clusters on, so I feel that coconut oil takes it off pretty good. I know it can clog your pores, so I don't put it on like on my whole face, just on my eyelids, and I feel like it's soothing because my eyelids are always dry. So cleanser, body wash, my little fan. I usually put my cotton pads in a Ziploc bag, but I ran out, so they're just gonna have to go in this. It's so bad, but what I did is the side that I always use, I just put them together so that I hope that it doesn't touch any bacteria in the actual bag. Oh, and also I'm using a hand sanitizer. The Touchland in Beach Coconut is the best. It smells so good, and I love how it's clear. I don't know why. Scrunchie, pimple patches, makeup. I also usually put my brushes in a separate thing, but I do not feel like it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Everything's in here, and we're done. I think that's literally everything that I'm gonna pack. Oh, I need to bring Jeffrey though. Jeffrey and Benito always come with me. Oh, I should bring my wallet too. I have my wallet, travel mist. I'm almost out. Oh my god, deodorant. Okay guys, we are ready for the sleepover. We are sleepover packed. Now, time to head over there. I'm going to record the whole process for you guys. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to stop by and get some snacks. Probably get some matcha because I've been obsessed. Well, I've always been obsessed with matcha, but then I was obsessed with chai for the longest. And then I'm back to matcha again. So let's go get some matcha. A few things that I almost forgot: my hairbrush, a lotion, extra battery, my charger, very important, and another thing very important, my toothbrush and a pillow, because I'm very picky on what touches my face when I sleep. So this is what we almost forgot. We're gonna do a haul before my camera dies. Get some snacks to secure the sleepover vibe. So first, see you at my house, guys. Okay, bye. Bye. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. It smells like sausages in here. Stella, really in the middle of girl talk. Oh yeah? Like that talky girl? Horsey. Yeah. What? Oh my god, this is what I was talking about. When you break up with him, if you have a slime at his house, a Play-Doh type of slime, so if you put your finger in it, you can still see the fingerprint, and you left your slime, always you leave it flat. You come back, there's fingerprints all up in the slime, and you know your boyfriend doesn't like playing with slime. And it's his own apartment, no one sleeps there.
No, bye.
Bye, huh?
Bye.
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 Who's this freaky touching my slime? Head on the bed, body on the mattress. She looks like an ultrasound. Advil and chips right next to it. She keeps sinking. Why is she laughing? She keeps moving. She looks naked from the back. Okay, let's do it. Look, it's gonna be harder now. Is she laughing? Sophie, look behind you. Look. Mama, behind you. Looks like we're filming something naughty.
Bro, she's still falling.
You're gonna fall in the crack. Are you gonna take off your makeup? You have makeup on? I can't with her face.
Hi guys. We just woke up. It's 1 p.m. and I'm going back to sleep. Bye.
Now we're gonna go get more matcha because I said so.
Yeah, basically.
Sophie, you're gonna go flying again.
I'm going crazy. Oh my gosh, story time. When they were Tesla shopping, I was right here in the middle and my dad braked. Is that how you say it? Yeah. He braked and I slammed my head into this window right here.
Is that why this crack is here?
No. No. It's not a song. You just been doing that? Why are you doing that? What the heck?
See you later, alligator.